What sort of a cartoon would you draw?
Anything, practically.
Oh, you wouldn't draw me, I hope. Oh, God. Well, that's the team. That's the six of them in here, and she doesn't want to speak today, but their teacher's Mrs. Hill. And it's not... Can I just ask you a couple of questions? Would you like to just move through there? And because a lot of people wouldn't have heard you on Saturday.
Oh, right, okay.
And I'm just trying to get it over. You I put underarm on this morning. So how did it all start with the children?
Well, it started, we actually had a unit, our main focus was about our community, and since the shops all started closing down, we took the angle of what we could do, looking at a possible rebuild, and come up with our ideas, and we went up the street and took a lot of photos and looked in empty spaces and came back to school, and the children started to come up with their own vision of what they would like to see, because they think it's important that they're listened to, because they're actually going to be the adults here, and it's important that they get their ideas across.
So the ideas, where do they go once they've decided on them? Do you collate them and send them off to somebody? Because you had some help, didn't you?
Yes, we had Heike Lule from the council come and talk to us and answer our questions, and it was fantastic. She spent an hour with the students and they asked her a whole lot of questions, and that gave them more ideas for their vision, and we are going to collate it and email our ideas into the council.
Okay, so that you've done that bit. Now, how much encouragement did you have to give them, or did they really?
Well, they really ran with it, because I think the fact that it was real, it was authentic to them, as opposed, you know, they could see it, get their vision across, and that they could actually have an input is what, so their ideas were wild, they just went for it.
Great, okay. Could I ask them then, what is the main idea you'd like to get across right now? What is the biggest problem you see here in Rangiora that you'd like to fix?
Just basically the street closures and the buildings that are just like not safe, and we sort of want to, like, we have a vision for the new Rangiora of like making it sort of like new, but in a sort of old modern sort of way thing.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah.
Okay, so you want to retain some of the older part,
Yeah.
but make it more user friendly, if you like.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we've got like traffic and what we think maybe a logo for Rangiora should be, and decorations and what shops we want to have.
Have you got a logo for Rangiora, like the Rangiora, the place of the future, Rangiora, the place to be, or is there something like that?
Well, we haven't quite got that, but we've got like what we think maybe should go on the Welcome to Rangiora sign. Like we've got the Rangiora Town Hall in purple, or the Rangiora Rotunda in Victoria Park.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you think there's enough green spaces around Rangiora? Do you find, you know, there's handy to get to a park?
I think they should. There's Victoria Park near the main street, but I think maybe behind or near the main street, people can just like grab some fish and chips and go straight to a grassy area with benches and tables and lots of different murals.
Yeah. Being a sporting person, you'd like more green parks, wouldn't you?
Yes, but we probably won't be allowed to play rugby or anything on them.
Probably not. No, because some of these flashy backs put their heels in and dig the kick goals, don't they? So, what have you got any ideas that you would like to impart on the people? Would you like to add something to what you've done? Is there something you missed out on as an idea that you would like to see?
Well, and me and my partner thought Rangiora should have a fountain and like a grassy area so people can sit down and eat lunch and just relax.
Yeah, and water bubbling in a fountain is great. Yeah, oh, I see. Yeah, that would be a good idea, just trickling water. But then if you had lunch and you're eating lunch and you think, gee, this is relaxing, you'd be late back to work. You would want to stay there. So we've got all these ideas, and hopefully you'll get a lot of them passed through. Have you got another project coming up after this?
Yes, lately we've been working on Mila the elephant, and we've been talking about what should happen to her, if she should be staying with her former owner in New Zealand or move to California or even put down. or
Oh no.
things like that.
Have you been able to get the message across so far? You've been able to make sure that somebody's listening to you?
Yeah, we've got a thing in the newspaper.
Yes. Yeah. And that works, you see, because that's why you're here today. Because I saw that in the paper and I thought, I bet they got a story to tell. And it's wonderful. Wonderful. So what is you want to retain things. Does it annoy you that the streets are a bit narrow at the moment?
Yeah.
It's going to be a while, isn't it?
Mm.